Hey everybody, it's Molly STONE-BIBB, Executive Leader, National Recruiter with Avon and Trainer. And that's what I'm doing here today. We're going to do a little bit of training. We're going to talk about some things um, that we went over on the call last week. I know a lot of you were on the call and lots of you joined in on um, the replay, which is great. But a lot of you are weird. For some reason, you want to see my face on this YouTube thing. I don't get it. I don't get it. Maybe it's the weird expressions. I don't know. But we're going to talk a little bit about this, and just briefly, some things we went over, some things I want you to remember for the holidays. And by the way, not just Christmas holidays or Thanksgiving. There's all kinds of holidays that everybody celebrates now. I mean, let's talk about Mother's Day. Let's talk about Easter. Let's talk about the fact that summer is almost like a holiday now. And the fact that there is always something to introduce to your established customers or to share with maybe your new ones or to share with your team and get them excited about it. And I don't want to hear this hogwash about you can't get nobody to show up for meetings or anything else and you can't get people to listen. You know, do a YouTube video, break out of that comfort zone and decide that you are going to talk about something and you're going to send it to your team. I mean, daggone, half the time I do some of the work for you. All you got to do is send them my video and they can see it. But you need to introduce yourself to your teams. You need to stop asking your team to step out of their comfort zone, and you need to start doing the same thing. Because if you are not leading by example, what good are you, correct? So I'm looking here. I can't help but get excited about so much that's coming for the holidays. I mean, Avon Living in itself, and this is the what's new, but the Avon Living that's coming. Have you seen what the Campaign 25 brochure is going to look like? Not to talk about the Campaign 24 with Mickey Mouse and Disney on it, which is amazing. And then, of course, what we're still selling and what we have going on. I mean, look at what Avon did and what Fergie did this year. The Outspoken Party that's coming out and also, or that is out. And now we're talking about what do? They're donating $5 to every bottle that's sold. I got to tell you, we are a company that gets things done. We are a company that definitely, when they say they're going to help a cause, they are there. And our causes are domestic violence and getting that disease out of here, showing women and men who are part of this domestic violence thing how to get out and to create a new life for themselves. And it's not easy, but you can do it. And then there are so many of us that have been touched by this breast cancer thing. Cancer, period. Believe me, my family has been touched by it many times. But to know that we, Avon products, the representatives between the Avon 39 walk and everything else, what we do to raise money, what we do to give back. Oh my goodness. And they let us be a part of it, not just by being part of the walk, by saying, go out, share this, go out, get your samples of the perfume, share them, put them on the page that it's at on the brochure, share to them that if they have had anybody who has experienced or they've been touched by breast cancer, rather healed or rather in remission or fighting it right now, or maybe they lost the battle, that they can give by maybe not buying it for themselves, but gifting it to somebody else. That's a remarkable thing. And then, of course, we all know that where is the money? The money is in skincare. That's what I think, especially since I went and took the live classes that Avon offers in the area. I know some of you haven't had anything come up live. I get it. This is not a grape session. But if you have an opportunity, maybe going to Rep Fest 16 and maybe taking the skincare class there, I'm telling you it is a great class. But if you do not have that opportunity and you do not have the $99 or whatever they're charging, you can go online to Avon University and you can take this and become a skincare specialist and understand what people should be using according to their skin. What do they need? And become comfortable, because can you imagine getting really comfortable with selling skincare. And when somebody says, hey, I have this problem, you see I got some circles under my eyes going on, what can I use for that? My face is a little bit oily, what regimen would you recommend for that? And by the way, I'm having a little sagging going on here or there, what can I use for that? And you to be able to tell them, yes, this is what you need, yes, you need that. Yes, this is how you put this stuff on, this is the order that you do it at. Knowing that if they have something and they use it and they use it fast, if they use it faithfully, they are going to be repeat customers. That is the way it's gone. And you look, outspoken, if they like a perfume, they're going to order it again. I mean, look, I love Disney. I love all this, 20% stuff that we can make. But the truth of the matter is, they going to buy that one time, sister. Okay, they going to buy that one time. And I love the stuff that they bring out to us that allows us to, the wonderful clothes that they have for us. And, shoot, even at Easter time, the stuff that they bring out for us to sell, the great prices that we have. I mean, daggone, look at the naturals and stuff, 2 for $6. It's remarkable what they're doing for us to help us with sales. But the deal is, let's talk about the holiday in general. And look, and you also need to look up Lisa Scola's call, because she touched on this on her call last night. And look, you could be watching this at any time. It is October right now before Halloween, but by the time you see this, it could be Easter. Like, what is wrong with this woman talking about Christmas already? No, 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 it's past. It was past. But what I'm talking about can help you in any holiday season. It can help you make sales if you step out and do what you're supposed to do, because you can sit and listen to me all day long, but if you don't step out of your comfort zone or do what you're supposed to do, guess what? You ain't gonna sell nothing. You ain't gonna get no new recruits. You gonna sit there and tell everybody Avon don't work. And really, the only thing that didn't work was you. Okay? So let's talk a little bit. What are you gonna do? Well, the first thing you're gonna do, make sure you got brochures, right? You're gonna make sure you got brochures. That's what you're gonna do. You're gonna give these out, you're gonna put your information on the back, and you are gonna share. Now, I always recommend for my representatives to order 50 to 100 their first few campaigns. Matter of fact, after my first or second campaign, I was ordering 100 every campaign over and above what I had for established customers. And the reason I did that is because I wanted to touch as many people as I could in a short amount of time. So for all you people out there who have the second job, who have maybe Avon is your third thing and you're still trying to make money and you're raising your kids and you're taking care of your mom and dad, whatever it may be. The point is, this can work, and you can work this around your life. This is, you can have parties. Avon parties can be a lot of fun if you have them. But for me, I didn't have time for them. So it was perfect for me that I didn't have to have them. Okay. But I have to tell you, I can remember when I went to my holiday event when I first started. And remember, this was 2004. And I'd only been in Avon a few months. I had started in April, and I think this was like in August. And I went to Atlantic City by myself. I didn't know anybody. My leader, Mary Ann Penn, was actually there co-hosting. She didn't even know I was coming. So, I went and I saw all these people and I saw all these products, and I was astounded because everybody had ribbons on their name tag, and all I had was a name tag because I wasn't nobody then. Nobody knew who I was. But there was a real sisterhood then, and it wasn't even like it is right now with social media and Facebook and YouTube and everything else, but it was amazing. And I can remember thinking, I am a part of this. And this is amazing that I could be a part of something like this. And I'm watching things on stage, and I'm watching this lady talk about how she had an open house, how she had a party, and all she did was get the demos, and she demonstrated and just put everything out for people to look at. And she sold a lot of products. Like, she sold like $500 or $600. And look, my orders weren't even $600 then. And you know what? I went home psyched. Not only did I want to earn some ribbons, because I'm really loving the ribbons. I mean, ribbons on the name tag, and I didn't even have one ribbon. Okay, squirrel man, I wanted the ribbons. And I remember thinking, I can do this. I can do this. And you know what? We set it up, and Lee made these big signs that we put it on a board and we put it at the end of the street. And we did this like 2 weeks before the event. And down the road from us, there was a church that was having a bazaar, a Christmas bazaar that they had every year. And I remember I made another sign that when people were coming out of the parking lot, they would look at this sign and it said, "Didn't find what you need? Come to the Avon Open House," with a big old arrow going that way. And I was getting people coming in, and I thought, maybe this will work. And I had it from 12 noon until 4 in the afternoon. And really, it lasted till about 5:30. And look, remember, I was at the poor, hungry, broke type deal. I had already moved in my brother's house, and life was not great then, was trying to get it better. And I didn't know if this was going to be good or not. My brother had been out golfing all day. And you know what? I had the signs out and I had a few balloons out in my yard. And I just kept thinking, please let people show up. All I had was a few store-bought cookies and a thing of punch and coffee. That's all I had. Didn't want to take away from the food. Didn't have no money to make a lot of food back then. So everybody walked around. I had little TP things that talked about what the price was and what campaigns. And look, and I had put out campaigns 24 and 25 stuff, making sure people know that I could not order the 25 stuff yet, but I could go ahead and take their orders so they would probably be guaranteed they were going to get it. And I did that, and I had my nieces over there, and my sister-in-law was there, and they were helping me take orders. And look, I only had them probably about 15 or 20 customers, and I had invited them all, and they didn't all come, but I was getting a lot of people in that I didn't even know. And they were just coming in, and I remember my brother coming in later on going, "Who are all these people?" And I said, "I don't know, but they love Avon." And that was so exciting for me. So by the time we got done, and everybody left, and I had gotten all the orders, this was the deal. I had acquired 37 new customers. But the most exciting thing for me was I had over a $2,000 sale in a 5-hour period that I collected orders for 2 campaigns, 24 and 25. And I had never, ever, ever dreamed that I could sell that many items. And a lot of the items, which I was so worried about, here I had bought some of these demos and I really didn't know how I was going to pay for them yet. But the deal is, because people liked what was there, I could put it back in the box and be like, okay, this is Joe's, and this is Susan's, and this is Bubba's, and this is whoever's. So I had already sold so many of them. And the rest of them, eventually I did. And I'm not telling you to buy out every demo, because I didn't do that, and you don't need to do that. But I did take the cutest things, and I got those. And I did take the things that really stood out to me, and the jewelry and stuff, and I put those out. And like some of the kids stuff, I put that out. I mean, how absolutely astounded I was and excited, because I went to that one holiday event and I saw what somebody else was doing. And the way they explained it, I thought, I can do this. And by the way, all I was looking for was a $500 order from both, one campaign, both campaigns, and instead it was $2,000. Now, I'm not telling you you're going to have a $2,000 day. God really blessed me on that day. It showed me exactly that there are a lot of people out there that absolutely love the Avon products. So I encourage you to go out of your comfort zone. I'm not telling you to do this all the time, but I'm telling you, bring people into the house, have plenty of brochures, have a book party, and have a few items that they can see. Pick 2 or 3 things. Pick 4 or 5 things if you can afford it. Talk about what you've seen at the holiday things. Set them up in front of your TV, and everything Avon has put up on the Avon representative YouTube site, you can show them and they can see it. You have no excuses for not showing people exactly what's out there, because Avon has given so much of us to it on YouTube and, Avon Web TV, with our awesome, awesome, awesome What Is Coming, Rebecca Ludeman. Love you, Rebecca. I use you and share you all the time in my Onward group and to my customers. Tiffany, who is our host, and she's great and full of excitement, and there's always something new that they're sharing with us. Look, They give us so much to work with. My question is, are you working with it? You know, I talked about on the call Avon Appreciation Day. You're like, what the heck is that? I didn't know Avon had Avon Appreciation Day. Well, actually, they do have Avon Appreciation Day. You'll see some of that come up. It's happened through the years. But anytime I'm out wanting to look for customers or recruits, I call it Avon Appreciation Day. That's what I do. And I have the sample bags where I have 3 or 4 different samples, a couple of pieces of candy with a ribbon around it. I have a couple of brochures for each place I stop, and I use this mainly for businesses. And when I have to be out somewhere, I'll say, you know what, I need to stop in that office building over there, and I'm going to go into 2 offices. And let me tell you how this started. Because I know you're looking at me on YouTube right now and you saying, this girl here was never shy about going in anywhere because she's talking to like thousands of people right now. No, you're wrong. What you see right here, right now, that's not who I was in the beginning. And I had no problem if somebody came up to me, hand them brochure. But I would sit in my car. I talked about this with one of the reps from my team tonight, Megan, and I said, you know, I used to sit in my car and say, okay, this is what I'm going to say when I go into the office. And I would say, hi, I'm Molly, and I'm a local Avon representative, and I was stopping by because it's Avon Appreciation Day, and I would know what I was saying, right? The moment I walked in the office, psh, that all went out the window. I was flubbering all over myself. I wanted to spend 30, 45 seconds in there offering brochures and hopefully getting their information. But this is what I learned. Every time I did it, I got better at it. It's okay to suck at something in the beginning. And I tell you that because I sucked at a lot of stuff in the beginning. But I kept doing it because I knew there were people doing it. And all I had to do was find my own mojo of how to do it. And now it's almost an excitement for me. 3 or 4 of the bombitas or the sample packets, which I put, by the way, make sure I have makeup, lipstick, something like that. I also have some sort of skincare, you know, color, of course, in there, and then men's cologne and women's perfume, all of that good stuff. And if Avon happens to have some stuff out with candles or whatever they have, I put it in there with a couple of pieces of candy, and my business card is in there. And I already have books with recruiting flyers because they get books. But I get excited because I go in and I go right to the desk, and whoever the person is at the front desk, that is who I am zeroing in on, okay? And I'll say, hey, you know, Sandy, my name is Molly. And she'll say, oh, I'm Sandy. And I'll say, Sandy, I'm just stopping by here for a few seconds. Today is Avon Appreciation Day. As you can see, I'm an Avon representative, and I want you to know we've stopped by because, one, we've got a few bags of samples for you and all the girls and guys in the office, and I have 2 or 3 brochures that I'm giving you, and we are just celebrating Avon, and we're going to all the businesses and giving them some free gifts. So I don't want to take up any more of your time, but here it is. And then I'm always looking for the business card of the office, and I say, oh, is this the doctor's business call? Yeah. And I said, oh, your name is Sandy. Do you spell that with a Y or an I? And she'll go, oh, an I or a Y. And I say, Sandy, I'm going to leave this stuff with you. I know you're busy. Is it okay if in a couple of days I check back with you and ask for you and see if there's anything I can get you guys from the brochures? Because, you know, I deliver it, give out some free gifts, bring you some more free samples, but would love to help you all out with your holiday season or anything you might need now. Oh, sure, that's fine. I'm like, great, great. You have a really great day, and we'll let you get back to what you're doing. Enjoy those samples. And there's a little bit of candy in there for you, too. Ba-boom. It's done, guys. It's done. It's not always going to go that smooth. Sometimes you're going to have somebody who does this. Sometimes you're going to have somebody that's like this. Sometimes it's going to be like, really? And then sometimes it's going to make it all worthwhile, and you're going to have somebody go, oh my gosh, I love Avon. And no, we don't have an Avon representative here. Oh my gosh, you know, you have a book. Oh, you're going to leave me 2 or 3 books? Oh, it's awesome. Look, once you get that one person that responds like that, it makes all the ones who are deadbeats, don't want you there, don't like my job, hate life. Then you want to say, you need to do what I do, because don't you see I'm happy? I know. We're hoping we're going to get them eventually. But when you get that one great one, it makes everything worthwhile for you. You're like, I think I got a couple of customers, but you do what you tell them you're going to do. If you have told them that you were going to check back in 2 days, you make sure you write her name on the bottom of that card, or I always have a little notepad with me in case I don't see any business card there. And I always call back, hey, Sandy, it's Molly with Avon. I was by with those free samples and the brochures the other day. Have you and the people in the office had a chance to look at the books on during your break? Is there anything I can get you? And if she's like, well, no, we really haven't yet. And I always say, hey, Sandy, look, if you'll have people take a look at it today, I want you to know that I have a free gift or two for you. If you have any other orders that you get besides your own, I'm going to definitely make sure I reimburse you in a couple of products. I just leave it with her. Some people say okay, some people don't care, but I do. I'll give them lip balms, I'll give them a couple of hand creams, the miniature hand creams, maybe a deodorant to try. If the orders are big enough, maybe I'll give her a bottle of lotion. Hey, I do it according to what the size is and what I could do, because what I can do now is different from what I could do back then. And I would make a commitment that I would do that. Every campaign, in a 2-week campaign, I would do that in 2 businesses. I'd go into 2 new businesses. Maybe it was in an office building. Maybe it was in a nail salon. Maybe it was a hair salon. Maybe it was a lawyer's office. Maybe it was a doctor's office. Maybe it's a heart specialist. Maybe it's a dentist. Maybe it's a shoe store. Who cares if it's a business and you're giving away freebies and you're not? Don't pay attention to the no. The no soliciting sign. You ain't going in there with product going, buy my skin so soft right now. I want you to buy it for me right now. You ain't doing that. You ain't taking that stuff. You are giving the opportunity. You are giving this. You're giving everything to them. You're taking their information, as my friend Teresa Paul says, for the FU, the follow-up, and you are going to call them when you say you're going to call them. That is all there is to it. Seriously. And yeah, you're going to stumble on your words in the beginning. You're going to leave an office and you're going to feel like, oh my God, that totally sucked. I don't want to do this again right now. But I'm telling you, keep doing it. Because there's nothing grander than going to an office and dropping off 4 or 5 orders at a time and collecting yourself $200, $250. And you only had to use the gas to go to one place. Just telling you, it can work, and you ain't never going to know if you don't try it out a few times. And you may not get anybody for a while, because you know what? I didn't at first, but eventually I did. And now I have a bunch of offices that I deliver to, which is absolutely great. And some of those people have become Avon representatives, and I let them take over the people in the office, and now they're part of my team, and my team has grown. And life is good, and everybody's making money, and everybody loves Avon. So you want to do that, okay? Think about that. Again, we talk about tossing, but we do not toss new brochures until they become old brochures. It's ridiculous for you to buy brochures to toss. No, don't do that. Shouldn't do that. When it becomes an older brochure, then I do that, okay? You need to be working on what I call hand-to-hand combat. That's what you need to do. Talk to these people. Have a, you know what, when you have everything here, and I know I'm going to be hand-to-hand combat, everybody get a sticky. There's a sticky right here. And when I say, when I'm in line with somebody and I'm like, oh, you know, I'm a local Avon representative. It was so great chatting with you. Could I get your name and number so I can follow up and see what I can get you from the brochures? Could you just write it right here and I'll take that off? Most of the time, they write down. The great thing is this. Even if they say, no, I prefer not to, I'll call you if I want something, or I'll shop your website. Don't be offended. Don't take it personally. Don't act like you just lost your best friend, because she ain't your best friend yet, so don't act that way. And don't act like an ass. Don't act like they are the worst people in the world, because nobody wants to buy from somebody who always has an attitude. You need to say, that's okay, I understand. My information is on there. I sure would love to service you and be your Avon representative. Give me a call if there's anything I can do, or feel free to shop my website at your convenience. That is what you do, and you move on. Because too many times people take things too personally in this business. Oh my gosh, this person said this. I think I'm just going to crawl into a hole and die. Oh my gosh, I think I'll go drink just because I want to go drink. Probably they was looking for an excuse. You have got to realize you're going to hear no's. You got to realize it's not always going to be great. You got to realize there's going to be struggles. And last I figured out, it wasn't just in business. It was in life too. Business isn't much different, but you keep hanging in there, right? Trying to make a better life. Isn't that what this Avon thing is all about? Bringing you a better life. Trying to do something that will improve the betterment of your life, your family's life. Maybe you're trying to get on your feet again. Maybe you're trying to save for your kids' college fund. Maybe your husband's hours were just cut back and you want to be the person who can replace that part of his income. Oh, you have a way. We have ways. We have all kinds of ways. We have all kinds of things that Avon gives us. We have our web stores. We have everything. But the point is, are you going to put them into practice? And are you going to do it more than a couple of campaigns? Are you going to do it more than 6 campaigns? Are you going to do it more than 20 campaigns? Are you going to figure out that you can make something with this business? Or are you going to give up like every other business you decided to do? If you've sold this business, sold these products 2 or 3 times before, maybe this is your charm. Maybe this is the time that things can be great for you. Maybe this holiday season can be what changes your perspective. Because you're going to need some changing of your perspective. You know, again, Scola was on her call last night and she was talking about things that were going to happen in the business sometimes during the holiday seasons. And by the way, again, like I said, all holiday seasons, not just Christmas, Thanksgiving, but Easter, summertime, Thanksgiving time, things don't come in, it's no longer available. And, in all the years that I have been an Avon representative, I have obviously had disappointed customers when things did not come in. But I found that my customers fed off my reaction. And if my reaction was when I called them, hey, Mary Ann wanted to let you know that bear that you ordered, it was really, really a popular item. And at this time, Avon does not have any left. We almost expected this because we knew that it was going to be a lot of first come, first serves. We do have some other things in the upcoming brochure that I'm going to be getting to you real soon. But I wanted you to know that wasn't going to be in your order in case there was something else you saw that you wanted to order. It's how it is everywhere. Sometimes you get the great deals and sometimes you don't. But I'm going to work real hard on getting you the next one that you want. Again, you're going to hear, oh man, yeah, I really did. That was the cutest thing. But you know what? I get it. You either get it or you don't. Thanks for letting me know, Molly. I appreciate that. And what a great feeling because she fed off of me. Yes, she was disappointed. I was disappointed I didn't make the sale, okay? And I believe that Avon is doing their best to get all these products in her hands. Sometimes things happen and it doesn't happen. But we as business owners have to prepare ourselves for what about when it doesn't all go right? How you gonna react? You gonna get on my group and you gonna complain and talk about what a bad situation this business is? Well, you ain't gonna do that on my group and like stay around too long, just saying. But I want to know, how do you think that's gonna get you any more customers? If you're out there bad mouthing the company that you're supposed to be promoting, no matter who you're with, by the way, how do you assume that's gonna help you make another sale? See, I love this company, even through its mistakes. I love this company and all it stands for, amidst some bad decisions they've made. Because you know what? They still love me through my bad decisions. They still gave me a chance even when my sales weren't great. And they took a chance on me for then a $20 opportunity. And here I am, one of the top in the country. Who knew? 11 years. Who knew? Who knew that your passion could be part of a company that's been around almost 130 years? It's an amazing thing, this Avon thing. Um, you have the world in your hands for the holiday seasons. You do. There are so many different things. You know, the next Friday night, I'm going to share some more tips on what we're doing. We keyed in on businesses. We keyed on representatives. Oh, and we also keyed on, remember those people who we've dropped who didn't like, they hadn't purchased anything in like 20 campaigns, and so you weren't giving them a brochure anymore because they weren't responding to you. Now is the time with those extra brochures that you ordered. Now is the time to remember, let's go by Judy's house. I know that she hasn't ordered in a while, and I even have made up little labels that say, hey, wanted to stop by with the new holiday edition brochure. Let me know what I can get you from here. And I've missed you. Just very simple. Wanted to drop by with the latest holiday brochure, hoping to get you something from here. I've missed you. Bam, that's it. Nothing major. Just put a little label on there. Write a little note in there. If you got 12 of them who are that way, handwrite it. Make it special. Drop it off, and I guarantee you that at least 1 out of 12 are going to find something out of your holiday editions, even though they didn't buy from you for the last 22 campaigns. Did you ever think that maybe they weren't buying from you not because they didn't want to buy from you, but because maybe something happened and they couldn't afford it? Well, now Christmas is coming and they have to afford something for that kid or for that mom they want to get for. So do that. Share it with some of the ones who you haven't been given brochures to. Revisit your routes and figure out who you can introduce these new Avon brochures to again. And don't forget your businesses and stuff. Don't forget to go in there. It doesn't matter what kind of business. I don't care what they do. Hey, even the tattoo parlors, they love Avon. I want you to know they love Avon, okay? You can go in anywhere. Don't be like, oh, I can't go to that business, or oh, I just gotta get. Don't do that. If it's a business, go into it, okay? Now, the strip clubs, well, I've delivered to a couple of strip clubs too. Strippers need makeup too. They gotta buy gifts for people too. So it doesn't matter who it is. Don't be judgmental. Get out there and work your business and celebrate your success so that you can say it's because of you. Okay? So we are going to talk more. I'm hoping now that my camera is up and running again, that we will be doing more videos. I will be retracing this again next Friday night on part 2 of what you can do to really move your business forward in the holiday season. Love you guys. If you're not part of my group, Avon representatives only at Onward, no matter what, please do that. Once you're a part of that, you will also learn about the conference calls that are open to every Avon representative, and there's always a replay so you can listen by computer or phone that we put up there. We would really, really like to help you engage more customers, engage new recruits, and help you become the next superstar in Avon, because I believe everybody has a little superstar in them. So don't get discouraged, keep going, and remember, during life's toughest moments, onward no matter what. Molly STONE-BIBB signing off. See you guys.